Hey everybody, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover. Guess what? We have another Hobby Lobby haul. Another one. I know I told you I wasn't going back. I lied. So this is the accumulation of the $1,000 haul. Yes, $1,000. So this is what we got. When I went back, remember the only thing I went for was Sugar Wheel and the I Love This Cotton. They had no I Love This Cotton. So let's see what they did have. What they did have was I Love This Chunky. I've never worked with that before. Have you guys worked with that one? It's very, very pretty. And it is... This is called Heathered Gray. It's almost a more brown. I wouldn't call it a gray. Heathered Gray, 109 yards, 100% acrylic. It was $1.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 of those. 7. Okay, I got a bag here to put them in as I show you. And, oh, here's another one, 8, 9. And then they had some bloom. I've not seen the bloom there before. And they only had a little bit. They had 4 in this color and some in another color that I didn't really like. So I got this, 4 in this color, and this is 109 yards, and it is called Tulip, and it's self-striping floral plant. See, when you work it up, you get that little pattern. It makes that little pattern on there. Where's the little pattern? There it is. So it makes little flowers. That looks better. Makes little flowers as you work it up. Knitting works best, but if you do like a single crochet or a half double crochet, a simple crochet, you'll see that same pattern. This is also a 5 weight. Machine wash warm, gentle cycle dry. What was the other one? It said bulky, but it didn't say. It's a 5 weight, so these were the same. So very, very excited. Whoops, here comes the dog. Very excited about the chunky yarn. And then they had this. I did not know what this was when I first saw it, and then I started reading it, and I got very excited. This is cotton with linen. Nice, huh? Cotton with linen. It's called Persimmon. 180 yards per skein. It is 80 cotton, 20 linen. This is going to be so nice. And it's a medium weight 4. I would say more of a 3 than a 4. It's pretty thin. Yeah, definitely a 3. This would not have been my first color choice, although I like it. This is the one, this was the color they had the most of. And when I'm thinking sweater amounts for me, isn't that pretty? Sweater amounts for me, I got as many as I could get. So what did I get? 3, 6, I got 8 of them. Still may not be enough. 180 yards. I usually try to get 2,000 yards when I'm thinking sweater amount for me. But that's what I ended up with. Unless I find another one tucked in here somewhere. This color, it's not bad. I like the color. Like I said, not my first choice. But the other colors just didn't have very many skeins available. And then somebody had told me that this was a good thing to look at. And it's called the Cozy Toes. And Cozy Toes, isn't that a pretty color? Cozy Toes is a 2 weight. It's a 2 weight, 93% acrylic, 7 polyester. This is basically a sock yarn. And I have already got a lot of sock yarn. But I really liked that color. I thought that would be fun. So I picked up 2 of those. These were $1.24 a piece. $1.24 for those 2. And they did have more, but I'm like, I didn't need enough. I'm not going to make a shawl or anything like that out of this. So I really did just get enough to make socks. I like that color. It's 210 yards, so I thought I needed 2 of them probably for a pair of socks. 210, number 2, it looks like wash and dry. And then got the same thing, Cozy Toes, in a different color in the gray. It is called Meet You. Oh, this is funny. This shows what it looks like worked up, which is perfect for sock. Did the other one show that? I didn't. Oh, it did. That's what the other one looks like worked up. So that'll be fun too. And only because they had it on sale, I got a couple of Croy sock. That's very pretty as well. But these were $2.24. These are regular $9 a piece. Probably should have got more of them. But, you know, how much sock yarn do I need? I've never actually made a pair of socks yet. So this is a number 1 wash and dry. Okay. And none of these sock yarns are very, very soft. But, you know, they're socks, so they got to be a little bit strong. 166 yards, 75% wool, 25 nylon. That's the key with sock yarn, is to have 25% nylon in there to give it some strength. So I got 2 of those. I thought those would make a real pretty pair of socks. And I do have a sock knitting class coming up. They had more, and I went to a different Hobby Lobby than I normally go to. So they had more of the hand dyed this time. Again, this is a number 1 wash and dry. This is 400 yards, and they only had 2. They only had 2. So I'm hoping I could do a shawl with these 2. Something like that. It was 400 yards, and they were $3.74 a piece. So $3.75 for those. Got 2. That's all they had. And the same with this color. They only had 2. And normally this isn't something I would get, but I loved it mixing with the blues. And I don't know if you can tell. There you go. There's some sparkles in there. How pretty is that? This is a number 1, super fine. This is Super Wash Merino for $3.74. 420 yards. I think the other one was a 3-weight. Doesn't seem like. No, it says 1, and it's 400 yards. And this is also the same. It's a 1 and 420 yards. Isn't that gorgeous? Again, thinking shawlish. Hoping that I can get a shawl out of that. Now we got to get the other bag. Okay. So this one, we found the sugar wheel. As I was walking down the aisle, the lady came in with a cart of these and put these on there. Isn't that beautiful? I love that color. $1.49, sugar wheel, 100% cotton, but this is cotton you can wear. This is wearable cotton. 100% cotton, 335 yards. It's called Granny's Recipe. I love the grays in that. And it's a 3-weight. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a nice 3-weight. And this is wash and dry. Very, very nice. And they had quite a few of these. She was literally loading the shelf. And I was grabbing them. Grabbing them. And I asked her about that. I love this cotton. And she said they only had a very few and they disappeared immediately. Here's 2 more. Okay, so what do we end up with there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, my favorite. I love to get 10. So that is 10, 13, 3 times 10, 3,000? 3,000 yards? That ought to be enough to make a sweater and then something. And then they had a handful of these. Look at that beautiful blue. Beautiful blue in the sugar wheel. I love that. So there's just shy of 1,000 yards of this. Same thing, 100% cotton, all the same specs. They've got you using a 7 hook, 4.5 millimeters. This is so pretty. I love that blue. Love that blue. And then remember before when we had the, I love this chunky, and they had that gray color. This one is called Oasis Beach. This was the only other color they had. Look at that, gorgeous. And I'm thinking this, my idea was this one and the gray were going to look good together. If I find one, here's one right here. This and that would look good together. That was my thought process. Yeah, that looks nice. So even if because I was kind of thinking of a Ruana, but now with it being that chunky, maybe not. But maybe one of those sweater coats. And then if I have to, you know, make this the main body and put that on the edging, or even this the main body and that on the edging, that would look beautiful too. So we'll see. We will see how that works out. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was one in the other bag. So 7 of those. That's quite a bit. 7 of them. And we are having 109. So 700 yards. So between the two, there's about 14 or 1500 yards. Oh, that's soft. This feels nice. I got to find something wonderful. See how that's supposed to work up? I love it when they show these pictures. Now, of course, that's knit, and it's going to look a little different with crochet. But I think you've got the same idea of the color pattern on that. Let's see about the gray one. No, it doesn't show that. It shows a hat. It shows this made up into a hat. So that's going to look nice. That's going to look very, very, very nice. Okay. So that's it on, this is the second part of my haul. So how does that equal $1,000? I'll show you how. I spent $100, $93, basically $100 on this one. On my other one, I spent basically $150. So that's $250. This stuff is 75% off. So in theory, we got $1,000 worth of yarn. Can you imagine paying $1,000 for the amount of yarn that we got here? I mean, it's a nice amount, but $1,000, we got $1,000 worth of yarn for $250. And even if you think, okay, I only buy the yarn when it's on their 30% off, that still would have been $700. So instead of paying $700, we paid $250 for all this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. And honestly, well worth what we got. Some of this stuff I never would have paid full price for. I never would have paid $5 a skein for this. I never would have paid $6 a skein for the sugar wheel. Unless I had a small project where I only needed 2 or 3, maybe. But $15 for this, not happening. I'm going to go to a local yarn dyer or a small yarn dyer and spend this or maybe a couple of dollars more and get a true hand-dyed local yarn. But I feel like I got my money's worth out of these. Absolutely. $3.75 for these? Yeah, all day, every day. So we bought $1,000 worth of yarn in these 2 trips and paid $250. I am so happy. And I'm kind of glad the sale is over. At least in my area, the sale's over. They've got a few things left on the shelf, but nothing that I need. And now the stress of having to catch that sale is over. I'm done with that. So happy crocheting. Now I just have to find a place to put all this stuff. Let me know if you guys got any good deals. And if you did, let me know what you got. Let me know what you didn't get. So for me, it was the I Love This Cotton. I really, really wanted the I Love This Cotton because it's kind of spinny and it's a small skein, but it's wonderful. But I really think the sugar wheel is probably going to be just as good. I'm real happy with the sugar wheel. That's it for now. See you guys later. Don't forget Monday Night Bingo. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.